In a small, quiet village, surrounded by rolling hills and whispering trees, there lived two inseparable friends, Kassi and Gina. They were both from poor backgrounds and had been working tirelessly to make ends meet. They spent their days doing menial jobs, running domestic errands for the wealthy, working on farms, and selling farm produce in the market. But in the midst of their hardships, Kassi and Gina always found ways to be there for each other and make each other happy. Gina would talk loudly about the beautiful things she would buy for herself and for Kassi when they eventually make it big. One day, after hours of labor on a neighbor's farm, the two friends walked home under the scorching sun. Their feet ached and their backs were sore. They bought a plate of food from a roadside restaurant with the little money they were paid for their labor to share amongst themselves when they get back to their home. As they neared a large orange tree along the bushy pathway leading to their house, they saw an old woman sitting under its shade. She looked frail and tired, her face etched with wrinkles, and her clothes were tattered. "Please, my children," the old woman called out to them, her voice weak. "Do you have any food to spare? I haven't eaten all day." Kassi stopped on her track and looked at the old woman with pity. She immediately dropped the sack of yams she's carrying. "Of course we can share what we have," she said, pulling out the bowl of rice they had just bought and handing it to the old woman. But Gina hesitated. "Kassi, if we give her food, there will be less for us," she whispered. "We barely have enough as it is." "But we can work again later this evening and get paid a little more money to buy more food. This woman is old and weak. Let's just give her a little portion of the food we bought," Kassi replied gently. "Well, just know it's your own share of the food you're giving her," Gina blurted out as she reluctantly handed over the portion of food. The old woman expressed her gratitude and took the food. She ate gratefully, her hands trembling as she accepted their kindness. When she finished, she reached into her pouch and pulled out 2 tiny doll coins. "Take these," she said, handing one to each girl. "Place this coin under your pillow tonight. And remember to use what it brings wisely, for it will not last." Gina and Kassi exchanged puzzled glances, but thanked the woman as they accepted the coins she gave them. They continued on their way, chatting about the old woman. That night, curious but skeptical, they each placed the coins under their pillows as instructed. When morning came, Kassi felt her neck aching as her pillow had swollen. She raised her pillow and she couldn't believe her eyes. The coins she received from the old woman had transformed and multiplied into hundreds of shiny coins. Just as she was staring at the coins in disbelief, Gina ran into her room, screaming that her own coin she placed under her pillow had multiplied as well. The girls screamed with joy, their laughter filling the tiny hut they shared. For the first time in their lives, they felt hope and excitement for the future. Kassi, however, remembered the old woman's warning. "Gina," she said, "the old woman must have rewarded us for giving her our food. But remember she said something that sounds like a warning. We must be careful with this money. If we invest it wisely, we can create a better life for ourselves and never have to go back to being poor. Gina was so excited that she barely heard anything Kassi said. Why worry so much? We are rich now. We should enjoy it. Let's buy new clothes, new shoes, and live in a better house, Gina screamed happily. No, Gina, listen. We can do all of that. Buy clothes, get a new house, but also, let's start a more profitable business. This is a great opportunity, Kassi replied, trying to reason with Gina. But after what seemed like a little scuffle, the two friends couldn't agree, as they wanted different things with their newfound wealth. And so they decided to go their separate ways. Kassi used her newfound wealth to start a small business in the bustling village market. She bought grains and vegetables in bulk and sold them at a profit. Over time, her business grew. She hired helpers, expanded her store, and even began selling processed farm produce for consumption. And though she worked hard, she lived modestly, always thinking about the future. She also doesn't want to ever become poor again. Gina, on the other hand, was swept away by the excitement of her wealth. She bought bright, colorful dresses, sparkling jewelry, and the finest shoes the market had to offer. She moved into a bigger house and even got her hair braided in intricate styles every week. Each night, she placed the magical coin under her pillow, and by morning, it multiplied again. For a while, both girls seemed happy with their choices. Gina lived luxuriously as she had ever wanted, while Kassi hustled and bustled in the village market while living modestly as she had ever wanted as well. But after a month, the magic stopped. One morning, when Kassi and Gina checked under their pillows, the coins were gone. The magic had ended. But Kassi didn't panic. By then, her business was thriving. She had saved her profits, reinvested wisely, and even started helping others in the village. She could live comfortably without the magic coin. Gina, however, was devastated. She had spent every coin she had on luxuries and had nothing left. As days went by, the coin she had in her reserves kept going down as well. She tried to manage her lifestyle, but it was too late. Her neighbors and the townspeople all had eyes on her as a result of her sudden flashy lifestyle. She tried to auction off some of her luxurious clothes and accessories, but the people of the town paid her no attention. Gina was filled with regrets about how she allowed herself get carried away by the glams of the newfound wealth, that she didn't make any plans for rainy days. After many weeks of sulking and wishful thinking, with no other option in sight, Gina swallowed her shame and went to Kassi for help. "My dear friend Kassi," she said, tears streaming down her face, "I've made a terrible mistake. I thought the money would last forever, and I didn't think about the future. I was so overwhelmed with the idea of being rich that it overshadowed my sense of good reasoning. Now I have nothing left to even start over with. Please help me." Kassi looked at her friend with compassion. "Gina," she said gently, "we were given a great gift, and we both had a choice about how to use it. I tried to warn you, but I understand now that you had to learn this lesson on your own. I will assist you, my friend. I will let you into my business, and you can start from here to build your own. Gina was dumbfounded by her friend's kindness. They embraced each other tightly. Kassi offered Gina a job at her market store to oversee the sales of the grains, teaching her how to work hard, how to navigate the market, and save wisely. Gina was grateful for the opportunity. She quickly adjusted to the hustle, as that was their reality months back before their encounter with the old woman. Over time, Gina began to rebuild her life. She promised herself that she would never again take her blessings for granted. From that day forward, the two friends grew even closer. Their story became a lesson for everyone in the village. That wealth is fleeting, but wisdom and hard work can create a future that lasts. This is the end of my story.